All right. Yeah.
Are we here? Hello, world. And now, Deej, I told you to do that before we started. What the hell?
I know. That's a deep cut right there.
Oh, okay.
Howard Stern, Private Parts.
Okay, yeah, you've lost me completely.
You don't know that one?
I've heard of Howard Stern, but
yeah, you got to look up Private Parts and that deep cut.
I'm not typing private parts into Google, Deej.
There you go. Well, it's up those lines. It's up there. I'm telling you. That's what you Google that and get back to me and see how red your face is.
Oh my God! No, I don't think I will. I better not. Not while we're on the air. Anyway, we'll get into trouble.
Yeah, you can text me later on that one.
In your own time. In your own time.
Yeah. It is home theater related too.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Right. It's how to utilize your home theater.
All right. Now I'm concerned. All right.
Yeah.
I may be filling in the blanks a bit there and wishing I hadn't.
There you go. Yeah.
Talking of quotes, we're going through the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And I got to, I'm on season 4 now. And it is televisual crack, by the way. You could just watch it forever, and it's great. But today, one of the characters said, referring to Leonard, she said, he is a festival of humdrum chit chat. And I thought that's what I want on a T-shirt with a Brightside HT logo.
Yeah, a festival of humdrum chit chat.
Yeah,
it's like listening to Dolby Digital watching paint dry.
Exactly that. But a festival of humdrum chit chat.
There you go.
Oh, what a term.
Oh, yeah. They got some good ones. They got some good ones.
It's absolutely great.
What are you up to now? Are you still in season 3?
Season 4, episode 7 or 8, I think it is. It's just it's so cool. It's just so much fun, just rattling through, because they're only 20 minutes long each, are they, more or less?
Yeah.
Without ads, obviously, on Disney Plus. So you can kind of just do 2 or 3. And
you're doing it on Disney Plus?
Yeah. They're all on there. So it's
over here it's HBO Max.
Okay. Oh, right. Oh, well, there you go. So it means there's no ads, just straight through it. So they're about 20 minutes each, and it means that if you're having a bit of dinner at the breakfast bar, or breakfast at the breakfast bar, as it were, just chuck it on, watch a couple of episodes, brilliant. Move on. It's so good. I'm so glad that you guys recommended it and talked about it.
Yeah.
Because had you not, I wouldn't have known. Oh, and it's the one with all the cats, which of course are named after
and they're all named after Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
they're all named after the Manhattan Project.
Yes, yeah. So having seen all the movie, it's like, oh yeah, Matt Damon. Oh yeah, that's the other one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What wasn't one of them like Zazie or something like that?
That's the main one. Yeah, it's called the Zazie Substitution is the name of the episode.
Yeah, and it was like, and I got the Oppenheimer poster right here, but there's John and I did all the references of Big Bang to Oppenheimer and all of the the characters and stuff, and even when we saw Oppenheimer in the theater, Joe sitting next to me, and I'm like, that's Leonard, that's Sheldon, that's those characters, that's what the people in Oppenheimer, their profession was matching up to those ones. And it's like, the theoretical physicists and oh my God. Yeah. It's experimental or whatever. But yeah, it's so good. And how they how they do all of that. But then how John and I talked about it, John Ciccone and I, how we talked about it on the other show is like how much it did for comics and comic shops, and how people you take something like Oppenheimer and cross it over with the comic books, and that's how these people in their minds and how they can release and stuff like that. It's just, never mind the whole, the rest of the show and the dynamics of the characters and everything. But yeah, it's so deep.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It is a lot of fun. I was wondering though, as someone who's never really collected comics, kind of, not, I don't mean professionally, but in a really serious way. I did have a conversation with someone about Sheldon's collection. His is the only one so far we've really seen, because when you go into his room, he's got them in these plastic tubs with the thing. And I was wondering, is that how people display them when they've got comic collections? Because I always thought they put them in binders, in bagged and boarded, but in binders rather than.
Well, it depends.
Like that.
Yeah, if you get them graded, you'll have, I mean, you get it graded, it'll get the grade, and it's like all sealed up. Like you can't even touch it. So it's graded for that. Or you have, like, I've had some framed in plastic, in solid plastic that you put them up. Depends on, I mean, there's all different ways you can do it. And but yeah, some people do that. I have a buddy that when I was doing the chat show, who's the goalie that played for me before Joe, he was our full-time goalie, and he has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of comics. And he heard I was doing a show, and he's like, I went into Joe and I went in, I think Joe was with me. We went into his basement, and he has, it's literally like a humidifier, room climate controlled everything. And he's like, this one, he has entire collections that are worth tens of thousands of dollars and stuff. So yeah, he has a lot of money, and he's leaving that, he'll leave the whole thing to his kids or whatever, but he's been collecting his whole life, and he's my age, John and I's age. So yeah.
No, so that just, making me wonder. But yeah, it's so good. It's a really good show. So well done for recommending it, because I would have never thought about it otherwise. It would have been just one that just passed me by. So having a great time.
It's so light, but like I said, so deep too. Like you can read so much into it, and then did I tell you last week? I heard a podcast. I'm listening to the Big Bang podcast, and the guy that you've met Barry Kripke on the show by now, right? The guy with the lisp, and he's like Bowie Quippy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the show. Sorry,
on the show.
I thought you meant someone on this show.
No. Like Barry on the show, Bowie Kripke, and it's like, and I heard his whole thing on how he auditioned, and when he auditioned, the guy's name was Stewart, and he was supposed to be named Stewart, and they changed it to Quipke. Yes, Steve at in the chat saying Quipke. And he auditioned like the day before. It was like a quick audition. We brought him in, and they asked, like, can you do like a lisp or a speech impediment or something? Because we need more dynamic out of this character. So he went with like, in his description of it, he goes, I didn't get what I wanted. He goes, I ended up with what we turned out to be like Bowie,
which is not great.
Like, but it is an actual like speech impediment where you do that, and then they changed it to Bowie so that he would have to say all those R's and stuff like that. And but he was supposed to be like the bully. That's like his role on the show, is to be like the nerd, the bully within the nerds, And but yeah, he got the role, and he's like, it's just, he was like, I don't know. He's like, I just tried this, speech impediment, and he ended up getting it. So, but it's
cool. What is also interesting, I mean, coming to it so long after it finished, because it finished in 18, 19, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, but what I have found, and there's been a number of discussions about, there are a number of things so far, even though we're only at season 4 of 12 or whatever there are, where that you just couldn't do today. That have got a completely different complexion now. I mean, Penny said in one of these episodes, that Howard gave her a teddy bear with a webcam in it. I mean, nowadays that's a serious criminal offense. And there are a number of things that have cropped up where I'm thinking, you don't get away with that nowadays. No, that would not be a joke these days. You just wouldn't do that.
There was some stuff in there. That they played with, like the racist stuff where Howard would be racist against Raj, and he'd be like, he'd say stuff to him, and he'd be like, he's like, that's racist. And he's like, I know. Have you met me? Just say something like that. Or like later on, and there's later episodes like Raj is going to move or something like that. And he says like, he's got to get them all in. It's like really bad, really funny. One time he calls him an Indian giver. He goes, does that make you an Indian giver? And it's so good how they do that. And then even the other stuff, I love how Sheldon makes fun of Howard for being just an engineer. And it's like, he's like, I never, maybe you haven't heard it yet, but he's like, I never said you weren't good at what you do. I just think what you do isn't worth doing. And Leonard goes, I'd take it because that's better than anything he's ever said about me. But that's just like who Sheldon is. Like he just doesn't get it.
Yeah. The is it Jim? What's his name? Jim Parsons? Is it?
Jim
what's
Parsons,
his name? Yeah. I mean, the acting in that is incredible. I mean, it's not it's not consistent in terms of Asperger's or autism. I can tell you that now.
No.
But his acting and his delivery of these lines, which I think we did talk about briefly last week or week before, is second to none. I mean, they talk about a character no one else could play.
Yeah.
I mean, he's exceptional in the role. But yeah, again, we're having fun with. Yeah, that's not consistent, because if he's got autism and Asperger's and he can't relate to human emotion, then why is he saying this? But then the problem
he's
is
trying to learn. He's trying to and I mean, even the idea of him, there's parts where he tries to, he relates to Spock, and he tries to do stuff like that. And did you see the one where he got Spock's autograph from Penny? Did that happen?
I think that
for Christmas.
So yes, I think so. Yeah,
and it had his DNA on it. Mm-hmm. They actually got Leonard Nimoy's permission to do that, and they got his actual autograph. Yeah, I heard that in the podcast too. Like they actually, that's what it was. Kripke, I think it was the one with Kripke, the guy that plays Kripke. He was in the audition, and what's his name? The director, the main guy for the show. He was like, he got a phone call and they're like, yeah, well, you're going to take this. And Kripke started to get all like, oh my God, what's more important than this? And they're like, yeah, Leonard Nimoy's on the phone. It's like, okay, go. And that's what it was. He was getting permission for that episode to put that into the episode. And they're like, we didn't really need his permission to say we got an autograph from him, but they wanted it just,
it's just classy, isn't it?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the way you should do it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's been interesting how the celebrity cameos are creeping in now more frequently.
Even more come later. Yeah, more.
But it's making me feel a bit like a nerd, because there's me going, oh yes, well, Firefly was the short-lived TV series on Fox that got cancelled by all these, and explaining all these various jokes to others. So making me feel like a right nerd. But there it is.
It's
and not just a home theater one.
It's I mean, I watch this over and over and over. Like I'll just start, just finished it, and I'll get to the final episode, and then I'll just back it up and I'll drop in the middle. One of my favorite drop-ins you'll get to it is like in the middle of season 5, and when you get there you'll know why. But it's like start from there. It's pretty good. Man. I think I've said that to you before, but
I think you have. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm having such a good time with it. It really is cool. So anyway, there we go. That's our mandatory 10 minutes on the Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory this week. The Big Bang Theory update. So, you want to get into the show, and I could talk about
because there's lots of people in the chat. Say hi to, and
we'll get to the chat. We'll get to some stuff. Did you hear today's show at all?
I forgot, because of course we're out of the habit of Takeover Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So I've listened to about 20 minutes of it. I've been here all day. I haven't been out and about as I normally would. Cool. Traveling, I would have looked for it, but so not all the way yet, but I will get through it. I listened to all of Ara's Takeover Tuesday, which was really good.
Oh, last week,
yeah. So I will do Shane's, because Shane's always good fun. So
oh my God, we had a blast
listening to the rest of that.
Yeah, we had a good time.
I
almost ended the show. Almost did it again. Almost again. No, right now. Not then. Now. It's like I almost ended the show. Can you believe that? I think you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
It's like, so I just got to make sure I hit the right.
We are Brightside Home Theater.
Oh, hey, home theater nerds. Welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award-winning home theater podcast. It's all about the experiences.
What were you just eating?
The sounds.
Oh, the sounds.
The multi-award-winning scenes.
I didn't even mean that. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Finally, I'm hitting puberty. Time.
Because then it would have been like this. Ooh, deep voice.
Oh yeah. Like, what the heck was that? I got to hear that one back. How the hell did I hit that note? I don't even think that was a real note.
All around the globe, there is crystal glasses shattering.
Yeah. That was a tough one.
God, goodness me.
I got you again, buddy. Got you
Yeah,
again.
hey,
with the
man, no,
open.
it's
I
always,
got you again with the open there.
always an exciting time. We never know what's going to happen.
Oh, finger licking good. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, indeed. Right. Let's quickly say hi to everyone in the chat then, and then we'll get to what we're going to talk about.
Let's do it. DJ
Yeah,
audio. DJ audio is weak. They're saying. Let's wrap
Sounds
that
fine
up
to me.
for a second.
Yeah,
Is it?
okay. You
Does it
do that
sound
while I
weak
say
to
hi
you?
to them. Sounds fine to me. Sounds normal to me.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll say hi to everyone while you're doing that. That'll give you some time to tinker.
Okay.
So Steve Atts in the chat. I think he was in really early as well. It was a bit quiet. So yeah, hey Steve. Marcus Beeb's in, having seen Tron. I assume he means Tron Ares. And by the box office, I think everyone that went to see the film is currently in our chat. So hey Marcus, I myself haven't been to see it yet. I'm still going through the first two. And oh boy, am I looking forward to talking about those at some point soon. So yeah, hey Marcus, Paul Hertz in. Hey Paul. We've got Paul, Dom is in as well. Bonsoir, Dom. Hey buddy. Old School Kung Fu Films is in. Hey dude, how you doing? Dan Carpenter's in. Hey Danny, how you doing, buddy? Rach is in. Hey Rach, Jordan's in as well. PF Productions is in. Hey buddy,
Yeah.
well, good to see you. And I saw another couple as well. Oh yeah, EPRFA.
Yeah.
New, or is this what we always say is new?
It's hard to
Is it what I
tell
think
because
we
we
always
get
say?
some
Yeah.
of these like name. Yeah, it seems unique, but I'm not sure. Maybe they were in before.
I think
so.
I think we have. If not,
Let us
then
know,
hey,
EP.
EPRFA. Yeah, EP. Yeah, environmental protection.
Yeah.
And John Mentor's in. Hey John, hey buddy. Yeah. So
What's up,
yeah,
John?
gang's all here. Plenty are present and correct.
Okay.
Yeah, PF says sound levels sound good to me too. By the way.
Yep. But Marcus was on to something because something happened with my audio. Like it adjusted a few things. Like there's some adjustments that we can tweak, and mine were wrong. So I don't know how it sounds right now to everybody. If it sounds any better or clip like if our levels are Steve and I's levels are closer. If that's any better, because I set them back to what I have typically. Speaking of that, I don't know how. Well, this is how they probably got screwed up. I recorded with Shane just yesterday, right? And I did the whole show. Like I can hear myself through the Rodecaster, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like recording with him. Things sound great. He never said boo to me. He sounded great. If you heard today's show, you hear me how you hear me right now. So, but I take when I put the show together, I take the video edit and I take Shane's audio and I take my audio from the Rodecaster and put it in. But in the video version, I could hear myself what Shane was hearing, and it was the microphone through this camera.
Oh,
So he heard like the full echo of the room and everything. And then when I played the sounders going out, when I play, go push play, what he said, right? He didn't hear any of that because that doesn't pick it up. But the Rodecaster records it so I can drop it in because I have different tracks for that. But I texted him, I'm like, why didn't you tell me I sounded like crap? And he goes, sounded great to me. I was like, all right, you're going to want to get your ears checked because I can hear, like if I play the difference on the two, I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was all echoey and everything. So, but yeah.
So EP, just to put this to bed, says, so I've only been in chat one at a time, but long time podcast listener. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, well, cheers,
Hey.
EP. Well, yeah, good to have you aboard. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for dropping
Thanks,
in.
EP.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks.
Yeah,
EP.
we'll
Nice
try and
to
be
have you
worthy
back.
of your. Yeah, we'll try and be worthy of your time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Try.
We're doing our best. We're doing our best. And sometimes your best isn't good. Okay, I'm not going to sing.
Have you, by the way, have you seen Tron Ares? Have you been to see that?
No,
I
I
you haven't had
tried
time,
to-
surely.
I tried today, especially after talking to Shane about it yesterday. He really liked it, really enjoyed it, and said that it's definitely going to be like, hopefully, a home theater juggernaut. Now we got our fingers crossed because it is a Disney movie, a Disney film, and that we're like, do we get like he saw it? If you go to his YouTube channel, he saw it in IMAX and in I think Dolby Cinema 3D, both of them. And he said the 3D is awesome. He's like really enjoyed it. And it's like, and it was so good. We didn't get too deep into the conversation, but it was like, he's like, how is the 4K disc going to be with the 3D being so good? And I immediately thought of you, like, if it's that good in 3D, how good is the 4K going to be? I mean, can we get that, you know, because I'm with you. It's like when you get really nice HDR, it's better than, I think, I agree with you now. It's like, I think it's better than 3D because you don't have the glasses, you don't have and it's just boom. It's all, you don't lose any vibrancy. You get everything.
Yep.
So.
Two words, Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I've got the 3D disc. I've got the 4K disc, and when I review it, I will talk.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Yeah,
but the question as to whether 3D or 4K is better has been answered, and it's 4K all day long and twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah. I mean, Dom says in the chat he's awaiting the 4K disc of Tron Ares. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't. I was thinking of seeing it in the theaters, but I'm as I've said before. As soon as I miss the opening weekend of a movie, I'm in no massive rush to see it, and I'd rather see it writ large in Cinema George than the cinemas we've got around here, which are a bit rubbish. So I'm quite happy to wait for that. Hopefully it won't be long before it hits, because as I said, it's not done very well.
It did 60 mil on the first weekend, but it was like a $200 million budget or 180.
No, I think it was about 33 million first weekend. It was
I saw
really
60.
low. 60 was the Legacy. 60 was Legacy, the last one. Which was deemed a disappointment at the time. So I think it's 33 million, and you're talking a huge budget. So yeah, hopefully it'll be out January, February here. I would have thought something like that.
Yeah.
But
if it's not doing that well, it'll be we are in October.
Disney though, isn't it? They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Well, you never know. They might go to streaming and offer it. They have done it in the past. Let me look this up here. Tron. I want to see what it is. Because I was really glad to hear from Shane about the home theater part of it and how how great it looks, how great it sounds, the bass. It just he's really excited about it. So that's good news for us, for sure. Oh yeah, you're right. Opening weekend, U.S. and Canada, 33.2. Gross worldwide, 59. So that's gross worldwide. So we're both right. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. It's typically what ends up happening. It's like, I read this.
Well, quite. So, I mean, like I said, I'm quite happy to wait now, but I have had a very pleasant last couple of days revisiting them. I've not quite finished Legacy yet, so that's why I probably won't talk about that this week. But it's, I mean, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, I know you've seen it on yours as well.
Yeah.
As I said, it blows the 3D disc of Blu-ray out of the water for me. It's a moot point. It's objectively not an issue.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Ares is going to be even better, because they, unlike with Legacy, that have shot Ares with HDR in mind and with 4K in mind, and it would have been shot at a very high resolution. So I'm sure they are ready for showing it in a way that will look absolutely exceptional. But so
I mean,
good.
Just the subject matter alone lends itself to just an amazing visual experience with that you get those deep blacks and then the brights of whatever color they're doing. In this one it's red. But it's just so it's how you would draw up 3D. If you were going to do a passive 3D, it's like, we're going to have this pop off here. And the other one was, I was wondering, I can't remember what aspect ratio it's in.
I'm not sure.
Is it?
Must admit.
I'm looking up I got it on IMDb right now, the details. No, it's not there.
Please hold.
Please hold. But what I'm saying is, there have been movies where they'll do it in
159. Oh no, sorry, that's runtime.
Oh, sorry.
Runtime
159.
159.
What aspect ratio is that?
That's really narrow.
Yeah.
Sure,
it should. IMAX, Dolby Atmos, sound mix, tech specs. It's not. Oh, there it is. There. Oh, here we go. Aspect ratio 190. I own 239 theatrical. IMAX version, some scenes. So we have variable aspect ratios.
Okay.
So 191 for IMAX version, some scenes, and 239:1 for theatrical ratio. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
And
hopefully
runtime is still 159. So there you go.
Well, of course, Legacy's got VAR as well, so hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get that with the Disney Plus version. So
Yeah. But you
fingers
can
crossed.
add a layer of 3D if you use the bars and have this image come past the bars as the bars were moving out and stuff. And I was wondering if they were going to do something like that, which can help that in the 4K version could really add to the, passive 3D.
Yeah.
So that would be fantastic. It'd be just.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, I've been blown away. Even with the original Tron, again, spoiler alert, but even with the original one, it has really had some work done on it. So yeah, it's great. But again, and Jordan rightly says the other two were not box office successes either. Legacy flopped. The original Tron was such a huge box office bomb, according to IMDb anyway. That and the Black Hole bombed so badly that Disney didn't make another live action movie for 10 years after that because of the double whammy of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, according to IMDb, so it must be true. It was a decade before Disney made another live action movie after those two flopped massively.
Yeah.
Now, Black Hole is an awesome movie. I love that film from when we were a lad.
I haven't seen that since I think I saw it once when I was a kid, and I haven't seen it since. And it's
had
funny,
all the
when
toys.
when you mentioned it, I was like, "Wait, what? I remember that."
Maximilian with the little spinning blade hands, so cool. I had the toy of it. It was so so good.
Oh boy! Hang on a second. Let me look this up here.
I proper down memory lane. I mean, Black Hole was I mean, I must have seen that movie 30, 40 times easy. Not for a long time now, unfortunately. But I've seen that film so many times. The Maximilian robot, and then you had the what was the name of the little Vincent, the little robots, the little floating robots. Vincent, and then it was another one.
It was on Disney. 1 hour, 37 minutes from 1979. Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, it was riding on the coattails of Star Wars. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And funny enough, did you talk about
what didn't?
Well, it did. Well, quite. But if you think about that, you said you always figured when we were kids that stormtroopers were robots.
Yeah.
And he said, now in this one, his henchmen are robots, and you actually see that they are.
Yeah.
So
that's how they got away with PG, Steve, and you were probably okay to see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, look, I saw Friday the 13th when I would have been in single figures, so I figure my parents are
pant size or your age?
both, but mental age as well as
yeah, exactly. Well, I'm still in single figure. See, I can't even speak it. Single figures mentally. IQ 9. I'm gonna top double digits soon.
But it, I mean, actually, there's a question then, isn't it? While we're kids, now
while we're kids.
Well,
beginning of the show, we're kids.
Well, that's fine. We're like, this is like a curious case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
We're kind of regressing, aren't we? When you were a kid, then did your parents, were they tough on you in terms of what you could see, or were they like?
I just covered the whole thing.
Yes.
Full stop. Full stop. Yes. Yeah. I think I snuck into Poltergeist. Would that come out in '83?
That was a PG.
Yeah, but my mom would find out about, like, she would do the research ahead of time, talk to her friends and stuff, and is it too scary? Is it too this? I wasn't allowed to see it. So when I say I snuck in, the theater let me in, but she couldn't know. So I had to go see something else. Remember Richard Pryor's The Toy? Remember that movie? So I saw that movie. I was allowed to see that movie. Apparently, she didn't get the info because there's that scene where the top comes down, I think on the painting or whatever it is. There's that scene. And she's like, I got in trouble because I didn't come home and tell her about
it. Awkward.
Who comes home and says that to their mom? Mom, guess what I saw? I'll be like, okay. What was that 84, The Toy? Something like 80, same time period, 83, 84.
It's got to be,
something like that. So I was probably 13, 14 years old and be like, Mom, let me tell you what I saw in that. I'm going back.
Yeah. You know, that photographic memory I've been working on.
Yeah, like I'm bringing my sketch pad.
I've asked them to pause it.
Yeah. Freeze. Yeah. So yeah, they were very, very strict with stuff like that. And that's why, like I've said on the show, my first rated R movie was it was like a Tuesday night, middle of the week, school night to boot. My dad took me to see Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yep. I knew.
Yep. So yeah, so it was like I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No, man,
but that was like, oh my God. And you're like, that was 85, I believe.
I think, it would have been, because he says in there, doesn't he, what year is it? And one of the prisoners says, what year is it? He goes, 1985.
Yeah. I was 15, so rated R, and like he took me. It wasn't, I was like, I'm going where? So that was, big deal. But yeah, very strict. Well, your parents weren't, were they?
Well, no. In New Zealand, you see, they didn't have when I was a lad, they didn't really have. From what I can remember, anyway, certainly not in home video, but also I think in theaters they didn't really have age ratings, so you could just kind of go and see it. So, but but also at home they weren't bothered either, because I remember seeing When a Stranger Calls when I was very young, the Go and Check the Children, all that. When I was very, very young, I remember seeing kind of black and white movies that were proper, horror movies for that time. Friday the 13th, I had seen in New Zealand, and I was 9 when I came back. So I would have been 7 or 8 when I saw that. And then, of course, having come back to the UK when we had the video shop in the 84, we came back. So between sort of 85 and say 89. Yeah. I'd seen everything in the entire video shop, apart from kind of 1 or 2. And we had 3,000 movies. So I'd seen it, and that's when my love of things like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and all that lot took off, because they were there and I could watch them. And so I don't think it's affected me too much, but it's entirely possible.
Wouldn't notice from here.
Well, as far as you know.
Yeah,
you can't see the bodies under here, can you? They're not. They're fine.
No.
But it's but having said that, and I don't think it did affect me, I still don't think necessarily that's a good idea, and I wouldn't do that with someone. I wouldn't get someone into Cinema George that was a 9-year-old and showed them Friday the 13th. I wouldn't do that personally. I just would not do that. So it's kind of do as I say, not as I did.
Like Joe remembers his first PG-13 movie, which was Star Wars Episode 3.
Okay. All right. Revenge of the Sith.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that was and I think that was the first PG-13 Star Wars movie too. So, and that came out. What was that? Like 05?
2005.
Yeah. So that comes out in 05, and he was 8. So he was only 8 years old. So so he was like, oh wow, okay, he's getting to see that. I've told.
And I think I think that's only because of the younglings bit. I think other than that, you don't get a PG-13. I think it's just that bit's like, he did what?
He did, yeah. And I mean, well, it is intense. It is probably intense for kids under 13. The whole, the end of the movie and on to what's the Mustafar and everything. It's just
I suppose the burns are a bit much.
Yeah, exactly, and everything that Vader goes through at the end, or Anakin, to be fair, and so I get that. But he does. He remembers that. My daughter, I took her to all of the Twilight movies, and she wasn't of age of that. And have you seen all the Twilight movies?
I haven't seen a single one of them.
Oh my God. So, well, the basis of it, right?
Oh, yeah. Team Bella, team Jacob, team.
Yeah. So
whatever it was. Yeah.
And I'll keep it clean and family oriented, because I was with my daughter at this, so it's not that bad. But there is I think it's in the 3rd movie or whatever, but there is a scene when they finally, I think they get married or whatever, and then they consummate the marriage. And
aggressive cuddling.
Yes, very, because he's a vampire, so he can and he destroys the room, and I was like, destroys the room, right? And I lean over to.
He's doing it wrong.
Yeah, no. I lean over to Meg just to break. This is like that, that dark humor, the Irish humor that me and Meg have that relationship where there are no bounds. And I'll be like, I've never done that.
That's not how you were made.
And she's like, Dad, or whatever. I said, she just like, all right, let's release the tension from the moment because you're sitting here with your dad watching this scene, and it's like, oh my God. Like, I remembered it in Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
There was no scene like that in Rambo, did you?
No, there wasn't. But when I was sitting there with my dad, and they have the scene where he's looking up through, and she goes in, and she's like, I don't know if she was going to strip or a prostitute or whatever, but you're like, oh my God, it's rated R. Is this going to go there? And I'm sitting here with my dad, and I got in trouble for the toy. I'm like, what's going to happen here? And so you get that, you get that uncomfortableness sitting with your parents, and you're like, oh, so I had to break that tension with Meg. So, but
sensible.
I don't think I damaged her too much. Oh.
Well, if you want more uncomfortable conversation, just ask Greg.
Yeah, well, I've done that. Actually, did you hear that part of the show?
Which one? Which?
With Shane?
No. I said when you just about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Steve, the news has been dropped.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about, and we'll get to it. We'll talk about the past weekend too. But Shane and I mentioned, it just came up. I can't remember how in the show with Shane. And I was like, well, there you go. You got it out of me. Yeah, I'm going to be a grandfather in December. And you guys have known for a while. Yeah. You guys have known for a really long time.
Once we saw that video, we knew what was happening.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah. So, and they posted it online and stuff like that. And it's been on Facebook and stuff. So it's not like it's private. I was going to have them, and I kind of spilled the beans the other day with Shane, so it came out today, and I've already gotten some congratulations from listeners already, so thank you to everybody that's written in already. Nothing I did. But they came to the house to surprise us, and as soon as they walk in, and they had thanks, Dom, and congratulations, future grandpa, and that was Dom. And so they come in the house, and they had gone to a Bruins game the Tuesday before, and this is a Thursday night. And they walk in, and they bring over like a little, like just came over to the house unannounced, and just dropped in, and we happened to be sitting there. Larissa was over at the time, and Jen's there. Obviously, Jen's there, and we're just all hanging out and talking or whatever. And they walk in, and we're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And they go in a bag, and they get out like a little baby Bruins jumpy thing for like infant. And I immediately was like, "Oh, here we go." And Larissa's like, I shouldn't be here. And Jen's like, she thought it was for a dog. She thought it was a dog outfit, so she didn't get it right away. And then she got it, and she got all choked up and everything. And then they went in a bag, and they got a shirt that they had made with their last name on it. And I was like, so we're like, oh, congratulations, the hugs and everything. Larissa's like, I shouldn't be here. And Meg looks right at Larissa and goes, if they weren't here, we were going to the grill to tell them, and you would have been there. So no, you should be here. Don't worry about it. But anyways, so I look at it. So everybody settles down, and we're like, oh, congratulations, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. When is this and this? And it was obviously, I told you before, very early on. And I look at him, and I go, how did you do that about the shirt? And Greg's like, and he goes, and then all of a sudden he goes, you meant the shirt. Oh my God. I was like, yeah, Meg and I are close. We ain't that close. So yeah, there's some more Briggs humor for you. We don't know about yeah. So good times. Right. Good times. But yep.
Talking about family then.
Yeah. So latest I think I've shown this picture on the show before, but latest member of the family. Here's an early picture. This is their last high school game together. That's Joe, the goalie. Over here, number 4. That I could say now is my daughter-in-law. That's his wife, Kayla. And here we are, Joe and I, on the wedding day. So that's Joe's custom made hat. He was very excited about that. Yeah, the guy that made it for him and everything is like right down to his beard. It's like, your beard's here, so you got to do this, this, and this. So that's Joe and I. This is at just getting ready. This is a little get together, getting ready for it. That the day of. There's the Star Wars socks, Stormtrooper socks, my Superman cufflinks that he gave me to wear. There you go. Yeah, that's a Superman theme running through my family. And here's some wedding shots. This was like, so after the wedding,
the sunset.
Yep. And yeah, so they whisk them away after the ceremony, and like we all hang out, and then they go off and take these pictures. This was them walking down the aisle afterwards. Great picture. The rehearsal for this was great. They had to do it like 3 or 4 times to get that dip right, so he didn't drop her. And there he is there, not dropping her again off a cliff. And there they are. It's like, whoops, so photogenic. So photogenic. Yep. So yeah. So great. Yeah, great weekend. Congratulations to them.
100%.
Yeah, it was awesome. And speeches were awesome by I did not give one, as we talked about before. I don't do these things. I'm not a public speaker. I know everybody in the chat, this is different, in front of family and friends. I was like, nah. But yeah, Joe and I are like, so we and another part is like, Joe, I'm not a touchy-feely guy in my entire life. It's like Joe and I have like hugged once, and like even our handshakes are super awkward because I'm not a touchy-feely guy. So we're getting ready to go. Like we were in rehearsal, like, you could do this, and everybody that comes down the aisle, blah blah. After they march in, and it's like he goes in first, and then Jen and I went in afterwards. And just as we're about to go down the aisle, I tell him, I'm like, all right, we're gonna do a handshake and we're gonna go to a hug. And he goes, okay. I go, I just want to warn you, because we're gonna look like fools if I don't tell you ahead of time, because we don't know what we're doing. So we come down the aisle, and it's like handshake, hug, and in my ear he goes, do you hear the music? And it was like, it was the Jurassic Park theme. I was like, yeah, I got it, buddy. I got it. So
great choice.
That's one of the things I said to Shane in the show. I was like, he goes, is he into home theater? And I was like, yeah. I was like, heavy home theater influence in his life. so
yeah. That's lovely music, that is. I mean, we talked, didn't we? That was one of my favorite pieces of music, which we talked about with John a few months back. Yeah. I love that music. It's lovely. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He wasn't suggesting she's some sort of T-Rex, though, I hope.
No. They changed it. I'm pretty sure they changed. I can't remember what it was for her.
It wasn't the Imperial March, was it?
No. Yeah. I have had that ringtone for Jen, though. Back on the Razor, Jen would call, and it would be like, and they're like, who's that? My wife. Like, oh my God. Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Guaranteed to get you a good slap.
What? Yeah, she's only 4'10". She's got to jump to do it.
True. It's more of a slam dunk than, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, get over here.
We have someone new. Let me just quickly do this. So,
it's his first live.
Yeah,
and we're coming in hot on the poor guy.
Live.
It's my first live.
So whatever the lime stamp is, but I'm glad it's a good show, Manuel. And
nice.
With that name, I'm going to have to say buenas noches. Me gusta mucho verte aquí otra vez.
Nice. Welcome.
Good to see you. Yeah. Bienvenidos.
Nice. Welcome.
Good
awesome.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you dropping in. That's awesome. Yeah.
Let us know where from, by the way, Manuel. Wherever you are.
Yeah, let us know where you are. That's awesome.
We're assuming you're not a penguin. Manuel says, buenas tardes here. Oh, good evening. Okay, Manuel. Very cool. Nice. So let us know where you are.
Oh, and Holger just dropped in.
Oh, yeah.
Is that correct?
Oh, Mexico. Yeah. Holger just come in. Yeah. Oh, from Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Nice.
Excellent.
All
nice.
Right.
Thanks,
kind
Manuel.
of close to the time zone. Only probably an hour behind. 2 tops.
Would it be central?
I think most of Mexico would be central. Maybe the western half. I'm not sure. Maybe the western half might be tickling the 2 hours that I was just in Utah. So, but yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. Oh, very nice. Well, glad to have you aboard, Manuel. Very cool.
Yeah. And if you didn't hear the other part of my whole family was even talking about it going out to Utah. It's like Tatooine out here. People were saying that because it's like it just looks like a desert. It looks like Tatooine with the mountains in the background, like Obi-Wan's off there somewhere.
Beautiful.
It's oh my god, it's awesome. It's awesome. So all right, that was
So I told you,
that's my fun.
Is Utah anywhere near Arizona? Is
Yeah.
it close?
Oh yeah. They
Yeah, so I think
are like neighbors, like right. Utah's right north of it.
Yeah, I think in the Badlands though are in Arizona, aren't they? But I think
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe
think so.
that-
Yeah, Arizona Badlands.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, you got Grand Canyon's down in there.
Yeah,
The Canyonlands is in Utah. That was in the area that we were in, out by Moab, and you have Arches National Park. Canyonlands is actually longer. It's a bigger expanse, but Grand Canyon is deeper. It's like over like a mile down. So
I always remember whenever I hear about again Utah, Arizona. One of the two we were in. There was a quad biking safari that I went on, and I was the only one in this entire group, other than the instructor, who had ridden a quad before. No one else had ridden one. So he said, "Look, are you all right to kind of bring up the rear? Then you come behind them all, so we know they're all okay. I'll go first." And he said, "Couple of quick things though, just so you know." He said, "One, stick to the path that I do. Do not deviate."
yeah,
And I'm like, "Why is that?" He said, "Well, you don't want to go into a gold mine, do you?" I said, "Well, I do, but not like that."
yeah,
And he also said, "And whatever you do," he said, "before you get off the quad, have a really good look around it before you get off." And I said, "Why is that?" He said, "We don't want to jump on a rattlesnake."
oh yeah. One of the
Like, cool.
I'm not a big fan of snakes, or I used to have.
Yeah, I know.
A really bad fear of them. I'm not so bad now. A lot of my fears went away when I had kids, because you can't. I'm like, your dad. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you got to be tough. Yeah.
Run away. So, but I did. One of the places I used to frequent mountain biking out here is known for its rattlesnakes. It's like and it's Borderland State Park out here, and it's like just don't like. And I typically when I ride, I try to be in front anyways because I'm like that's just the groups that I usually ride in. That I'm like, okay, just get out of his way because I'll do the dumb stuff. But that's what they said about I read about it and be like, don't be the second guy in line because if you're coming through in a group, they'll be alerted by the first guy and get the second or third guy. And I'm like, get out of my way. My buddy was like, why do you have a bell on this trip? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Going through the woods.
This is the thing. They're part of the viper family, you see, and they're famously lazy. So they will. This is why most people get bitten. I used to want to be a herpetologist, right? I love snakes.
Maybe I'm
reptiles,
part snake. I'm famously lazy.
Well, the vipers are lazy. They will just sit on paths, and they're basically just basking in the sun because they're cold-blooded. And so most people get bitten when they step on them. That's what happens, and that's wherever they may be in the viper family. That's what tends to happen. Yeah. But I remember in South Africa, again on safari in South Africa, one of the guides there saying that because I again fascinated with this kind of thing, and he said very often we were driving through the Kruger National Park, and he said there's black mambas there. Then they will rear up. They're not like cobras. They will go up to 2/3 of their body. They can raise up. Yeah. And he said we've driven through a number of times in a normal car, and the mamba is above the door of the car. That's how big they are. Yeah. And he said, and these are one of the few aggressive snakes, so they look for trouble. Yeah, they don't just most people kind of go to snakes, whereas these actually will look for trouble, and they're absolutely lethal. Yeah. So I'm immediately fascinated. Like, oh, can you show me one?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep an eye out.
I think I told this story before on the show. My dad, growing up, used to he was in Vietnam. And he'd tell me the story, stuff like that. And he had two different snake stories. One was a Jeep he was driving because he used to drive the commanding officer around. Like when he got there, it's like, boom, okay, that's your job. Boom. He had buddies and they looking out for him. Drove over what he thought was a speed bump. It's like, boom. I'm like, what the heck? And it was, I don't know if he ever told me what. I think it was like a python or whatever's in the area. It wrapped itself around the axle. And it was like it stopped the Jeep. So it just like when they ran it, it jumped, it like grabbed onto it. So that's the one. And another one was wasn't him, somebody else in his whatever the tent or bunk or whatever they're staying in. something popped up in the middle. A snake popped up in the middle of the night, huge, and the guy grabbed his M16 and just unloaded on this thing, and it's scared. Like he's like, like, and whenever they found any wildlife, they had to, if kill it and then bring it to medic because they wanted to document what was in the area. They brought this thing in, they couldn't identify it.
I'll tell you what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. It was a snake, like we think, but
now it's just Swiss cheese.
Yeah, there's a lot of lead. It's like, but yeah, so yeah, like I said before, he told me all of these great stories of Vietnam, made it sound like a day camp, and then you're like. I was like, that's my bright side. That's where I get it. The guy gets drafted and tells the stories that it's like a day. Oh, it was great. We got to do this and blah, blah, blah. Play jokes on people. We'd sound the air warning. Like they were being attacked when the guy's in the shower. He come running out in a towel and dive in the mud. And we're like, ha, ha, ha. Oh my God, Dad. What the hell? Like, wait a minute, Dad. You were getting attacked? Like that's a real thing? Like, no. The way he made it sound like they were just over there like, yeah, nothing went on. No, nope.
Well, alrighty. Well,
all right.
Very cool. Right. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We've
some
been
home
getting
theater experiences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to lead off with? I have two kind of this week.
Okay, I've got about 9.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I've been away, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And I've been trying to get some stock up because I've got a few days to this week that I'm not going to be.
Okay.
Can we start off with the older one then? The one that's it's been there since 16th of September. I've reviewed it before.
Oh, you have?
But I did when it was a screener. That's the one. Look at that. See, was that my brilliant explanation or what?
Oh yeah. Well, I just went by a timeline.
There you go.
I was like, this looks like the oldest. All right, here we go. Everybody, you've been tuned in for a long time. You're actually going to get a home theater experience, courtesy of Steve.
Oh, yeah. And Dom is going to want to be paying attention on this one because he and I have talked about this one.
Right.
Okay, this then is finally the 4K UHD disc of Clown in a Cornfield. So 4K UHD, as I say, DTS HD 5.1 master audio upmixed to Neural X. Now, I have reviewed this already, got very excited about it, and that was a screener that I saw back in the summer, I want to say, maybe. Not high pitch now, Deej. So I think it was the summer, something like that anyway, and I loved it first time I saw it, and I said then, really, really enjoyed the movie, can't wait to get the 4K disc, and here it is. However, and this is where I have already apologized to Dom off air, and I'll apologize to him on air and anyone else that was listening. I had given him reason to believe that this was in HDR. It's not.
Oh.
It's 4K UHD non-HDR, so SDR, but as I say, with 5.1 DTS HD master audio. Not that it needs it, because this is a beautiful looking movie that doesn't really need HDR, as it turns out, and so much so that having seen it, I didn't really realize it until afterwards that it wasn't in HDR. So the movie's just as fun the second time, if not more so. I really like this. Deej, it's October. You do need to see this. You really do if you haven't. If it's not one of your two. Yeah, if it's not one of your two. I loved it when I saw it last time. It's awesome. This is the one that's got that generational humor in it. There's a couple of scenes where teenagers don't know what to do with certain technology that you and I would know what to do with it, and it's very funny that happens. I'm not going to spoil that, although there is a bit of it in the trailer. It's really, really good. And I mean, the movie, very quickly, there's a small town, stop me if you've heard this one, small town, something bad has happened. Every year they celebrate this bad thing, and there's a mascot who is Friendo the clown, and wouldn't you know it, Friendo turns up and starts bumping people off. And then the movie goes from there. It is funny. It has got humor in it. It's got blood and guts as well. And it's a very good home theater experience. So it looks great, even non-HDR. In fact, that picture there, I think, gives a fairly decent kind of idea as to what it's like. So it is colorful. The black levels are good. And the audio is great. So there is the clown makes little giggles and laughs, and that nicely moves around the speakers as he's kind of, as he's stalking his prey. There's chainsaws involved, because of course there are, and they all nicely move around the channels as well. So it's very funny. It's also very well done as well. So it's a great movie and an excellent 4K presentation and audio. So I highly recommend this. Shane, if you're listening and if you haven't seen it, do so. And Deej, you really should give it a watch if you can, if it's not one of the two you've seen this week.
No, this
okay,
is
just
not close. You saw it go by earlier, but yes, I did just purchase it. I have till the end of the month to get it in. What is it? It's coming in at what hour? Like an hour and 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's only short. It's short, lean and mean. Yeah, plenty of time for it. Dom says, "Forgiven, Steve. The picture is indeed great. It is, but so is the audio." Yeah, and Dom says, and the sound is great too. It's really cool. The problem with this film, Dom and I have talked about it. Jordan and I have talked about it, and I think I mentioned it on the show. The problem is the title. The title is dumb. Clown in a cornfield just does nothing to those that aren't ultra fans. But the reason that title is there, it's based on a series of books. There are 3 of them, and so it's so they couldn't, I don't think, change the title. But I think the title does it a huge disservice. People just think, what a load of nonsense. It's a bad title, I think. But the movie's great. So don't let that put you off.
Can I elaborate on that? I know I already purchased it. It was $14.99 on Kaleidoscape, 4K SDR, Dolby, not Dolby. I'm sorry, DTS Master Audio 5.1. Okay, that's the good news. The bad news is the synopsis isn't much better. A teenager moves to a Midwest town ruled by a struggling corn syrup factory and terrorized by the company's clown mascot.
Yeah.
Huh?
So,
I'm like, oh, well, you had me at what? like a teenager moves to a Midwest town ruled by it. What's next? He moves to a town where they can't play music and there's no dancing. I mean, what do we got here? Come on, people. I was like, oh my God.
I know. Somewhere
so
along the line.
far-fetched.
But like I said, the movie is better than that synopsis for sure, and that title definitely. It really is worth seeing. I mean, you enjoyed Thanksgiving, didn't you? You saw that.
Yes.
I remember rightly.
Yes.
But this is not that dissimilar, but I think this is better. So if you enjoyed that, you're going to get a kick out of this. And as I said, there are a couple of times that are laugh out loud funny. And you might even want to, and I think I said to you this before, it's one of those things with Meg and Joe, you might want to get them to see this little bit and say, would you know what to do? So you'll know it when you see it. Honestly, it's all kinds of fun. So it's well worth seeing. And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So
it's Halloween. It's that that time of year. I give this stuff a shot. Like I was looking for stuff today, and I mean I have obviously some recent ones, but I do like to hit some. This is obviously a recent one, but I do like to hit some of the older ones. And like I said, I do like horror movies. So
well, at this time of year, you do, don't you?
Well, at any time, really. It's like I can do a horror. I mean, when we did Malignant or whatever, that wasn't Halloween. It was a shame we did it, but I mean, it wasn't Halloween. It's like,
hey. I need to watch that again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'll be 6th time.
Oh my God. I can't. Well, how do you keep track? Why do you keep track? Why would you tell people that you keep track?
It's just unfortunate, isn't it, that of all the movies I've recommended to you before and since, because that was only my first week on the show, maybe 2 weeks on the show.
Yeah.
And that was the one that you absolutely hated would be the first one that I recommended.
And John and I, neither of us liked it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. John's more into it than
John's more forgiving of horror movies than I am. Not forgiving. It just takes a certain kind for me. It's like
he's more into them
slasher for no reason. I'm like, no. Wait, you're just like, I need more slashing. I don't even need a reason. I just it's a person. They're alive. I want them dead. That's all you care
and
about.
It better be creatively.
Yeah, creatively and very, very bad. Yeah. So
you'll be glad to know Evil Dead Burn is out next year.
Oh, great. So the cake rose, and now they're burning the cake. Okay,
They finished shooting it.
Yeah, they tipped over and burned. Okay, got it. So I get the gist of the story. Evil Dead Burn. There you go. It's the title is the synopsis.
Yep. We'll see you at the movies, Deej. We'll see you at the movies.
Oh, am I gonna have to see that in the theater? Just for
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, twice.
Well, at
Once
least now,
in,
now I can say I know a little bit about it. I know going in it's bad. So,
you'll need to see it once in
He's
IMAX
like-
and then once in Dolby Cinema.
yeah, exactly. I'm going to track that down and travel over an hour away to see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm not going to lead with my next. I'll go with my hit of the week. I'll do that one later. Let me bring this to the stage. So, oh God. All right. You ready?
Yeah, go lay it on me. I know what's coming.
Oh boy.
Go push play.
Wrong button. Don't push play.
Not what John said. That's not what John said.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So this one was done with the glasses on the plane. Naked Gun, most recent one, with Liam Neeson. Only in theaters, August 1st. Yeah. Well, that's the image that I brought up because I did this on the glasses, so I can't really do a screen grab of the screen because it's on the glasses. I purchased it on iTunes. Not getting that money back. Yeah. So it was, I mean, yeah, you're not getting that. It was, 90 minutes? I think something like that. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. I'd actually heard good things about it. Like it was fun, it was funny, it was this. And I just think that I had more fun with, like they had a few sight gags like that weren't in the movie. Like you got to pay attention to the background. Like there's on the, spoilers on one of the police cars in one of the later scenes. It's like, warm and serve. It's, instead of protect and serve, it's like warm and serve, like a dish. Like warm and serve, like you put it on a microwave. But it's like that's where they went with stuff like that. There's an MMA fight, which I thought was what people usually say, but they're like two guys are fighting, but there's like extra arms and limbs, but you have to look close to see that they're all like it's not right. Silly stuff like that. It definitely wasn't as fun and creative as when they did it with Liam Neeson. Right, there's a few in there that went okay.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, what did I say? Liam Neeson. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like it definitely wasn't. So yeah, Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson. There you go. And that I guess supposedly that's his father in this. Like this is his son.
Yeah, exactly. He's supposed to be his son. Yeah.
And how they integrate him into the movie, I thought was ridiculous. I didn't like it. I didn't like Liam Neeson playing that part of like an idiot. Like I there were times where they actually played it right, where he was. I liked what he did, and then they put the humor in. But then there were times where he was like the Inspector Gadget idiot that I didn't like. I didn't like that part. I didn't think it played well. Yeah, it really wasn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
I actually found the trailers for this leading up to it, how they inserted them and how they made fun of movie going, and those were more entertaining than the movie. To me.
Yeah, I had heard nothing but bad things about this. I mean, again, one of my best friends had seen it unofficially, shall we say. He had seen it, and he said he didn't get beyond 15 minutes, and he turned it off. And he's someone who likes the originals, and he's got a pretty well developed funny bone. But he said 15 minutes, and that was it. He said I just couldn't do it to myself. He said I turned it off. Yeah. And I like the Naked Gun movie. The first one's fantastic. Second one's pretty good. Third one's decent. In fact, I reviewed them on the show a while back. I think the first one I had in 4K. The other two was on a set. And I don't know why you need to remake them. I mean, I'm glad. I don't think this did very well at the box office. So thank goodness they're not going to go near Airplane. We're not going to see them start messing with movies like that. I'm quite happy to never see this. I think I might have even said that to Jordan. And the reason we know John didn't like it is we were texting yesterday and John said, that's 90 minutes I'm not getting back. So we know he didn't like it either.
Yeah, and he didn't even know I had seen it. I was like, "Yep." But here's a great point that not you need to see it with a group of people because the one above it, where was it? Jordan was so that's what PF was responding to Jordan, saying The Naked Gun was absolutely hilarious to watch at the cinema with an audience, to which PF said, as agreed, Jordan, you need to see it with a group of people. I imagine alone it is not as funny. And that's an awesome point, because comedies are meant to be, it's a group experience, much like horror is a group experience. It's to a degree where, like, you go to a good horror movie and you hear people and watch and you hear the gasps and it's like, that's fun. But, and seeing a comedian like on Netflix or something by yourself isn't as much fun as when you're sitting with other people and laughing at, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. The same thing with this. Maybe if I'd seen this in the cinema and you're out with a group of people, or even if you're alone and you're with that group of people and everybody starts, like, you get into that mood. Whereas I'm on a plane, I'm trying to be, and it's just like, I'm like, this is dumb, and it's, so it's a special mindset for stuff like that. So, that goes to the theater going experience too. Like, that's where the theaters can probably, if they can try to elaborate on that and market that part of it.
I think that there is nothing more subjective than comedy. Nothing more subjective than that. What one person finds hilarious, someone else finds outright rubbish. Even offensive. Comedy is very much like that. I'm not sure I necessarily agree. Being an antisocial so-and-so, I'm not sure I necessarily agree that you need to see comedies with an audience. I think you can enjoy them if they're good, if it plays to you, if it tickles your funny bone, all right, bone, nothing else. Yeah, if it tickles your funny bone.
Oh, here we go.
Then then I think it's funny wherever you are. I mean, one of my funniest films of all time is Life of Brian, and I absolutely love watching that on my own. Well, also with my dad, but on my own, because it's just it's a funny movie, and it's funny whether I'm with 100 people or on my own. Right. And horror, I famously always would rather see that on my own. I find that more enjoyable. But it's just me. I'm an antisocial sod.
But just like we say about movies, our action movies or something, they can be enhanced by the home theater experience. I think comedies can be enhanced by, a great comedy is going to play well anywhere, right? Yeah. But maybe a comedy like this, it's not a great comedy, but it can be enhanced by the group experience.
Yeah, which is right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, no, you're absolutely right. You shouldn't have to. You're not writing a movie going, I need a lot of people to see this together. You're trying to make the best movie possible, but at the end of the day, it's like they're not all great, and it's the theater going experience can enhance comedies, where a home theater experience really can't enhance a comedy. Right. It's kind of, that is one of the ones where you go, nobody comes out of this comedy is awesome. You need to sit in a room alone and see this in your home theater. It's like, it can be great and you can laugh at it like, Nice Guys or whatever. And you'd be like, that's a good movie. And it plays well anywhere. Comedy will play well just on your phone, not like Lucy, but a weaker comedy, you need the group to get that, that dynamic going. That is like, oh, you thought it was funny? Okay, I think it's funny too. Jordan saying it actually did well at the box office. He says it grossed $102 million on $42 million budget.
God. Well, I had heard it had underperformed. I mean, I hope that doesn't mean we're going to get more of them. Like I said, I don't want them to touch Airplane. I don't want them to touch any of the other Zaz movies. If we're going to see Top Secret 2026, I'm out. God. To just leave them alone. They're great movies. No. But well, there it is.
Too soon after Val. Too soon.
Well,
Top
true.
Secret or anything. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but also Airplane. I mean, they're movies that are perfect as they are. Any remake is only going to make it worse. It can't improve on perfection. You know, I mean, yeah, I don't know why they try. Well, I do know why they try. It's money, isn't it? But
Oh,
there
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, exactly. Shocking.
Yeah,
Shocking.
Vipometer. This is true. Spaceballs
Yep.
2 is coming. Yeah, now, but then of course that's a joke in and of itself. So
Yeah.
Spaceballs 2, the search for more money, isn't that what they were going to call it? I think that's what they actually called
Yeah.
it in the first
Yeah.
one. So you know, I mean, you know,
The
fair
money grab.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm mildly looking forward to that. But again, I don't think I'd see that in the cinema either.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them, like, it would take a pretty big comedy for me to go see in the theater. It's like, you know, because that's just something like, but, you know, all right. So, all right. So it passed the time on the plane. I had no choice. So,
Well, like I said, you said in the text you were trapped.
I was trapped, and it's like I was going to lose that 90 minutes regardless. So I did.
Yeah, if you got up and walked out, you'd have had a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it might have been more fun than the Naked Gun. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, I forgot to
Remake a
shoot.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for, I'm over the desert. I can't even find a nice tree to land on.
Yeah,
So,
just a cactus.
yeah. Oh,
Ow.
yeah. Gotta land up right side that way. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, all right. Yeah, that's the old Seinfeld joke. Skydiving, you're wearing a helmet because if your chute don't open, isn't the helmet wearing you? It's like, what's that gonna do for you? So, all right.
Alrighty. Okay.
What would you like next?
So we've done a comedy. Shall we do another sort of Halloween thing? The Marvel one. Shall we do that?
Yeah, I still haven't finished it. We could talk about it when
Okay.
we get in there. I did a little bit of it. I'll explain why, but here we go. Let me just make sure I have the
Okay.
right sound. Here we go. Go push play.
Okay. What he said.
There you go.
So this then is Marvel Zombies, the limited series or season 1 is on Disney Plus in 4K UHD, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. I blasted through all of this in one evening. I watched the whole thing. There's 4 episodes. It was supposed to be 1 2-hour movie, but there were apparently there were rights issues with the use of the Spider-Man character. Apparently, are they not allowed to use him in movies without giving Sony a big chunk of change?
Yeah.
So they apparently then split it into 4 and called it a TV series. There you go. So
there you go.
yeah, that's so I had read. That might be nonsense, but that's what I'd read. So yeah, now I love
Lawyers love their loopholes.
Hey, we did. You know,
Hey.
it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Hey, Fonzie.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey. We haven't done that for ages. Hey, Fonzie. Okay.
Fonzie
So,
might be moving. Yeah.
No. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
found out. Might be.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
All right. Well,
She's doing
there we
well.
go.
She's doing
Okay,
well.
good.
Great
Good,
worker. But
Okay.
yeah, but hey,
Mhm. Thumbs
Good
up
luck to
for
her.
thumbs up for Fonzie. Yeah.
thumbs
yeah.
up to Fonzie. There you go.
Okay. So, Marvel Zombies. So I love the idea of Marvel Zombies. I haven't read the comics, but being a horror fan and a Marvel fan, Marvel Zombies is just manna from heaven to me. I mean, it might as well
Oh,
just be called
God.
Steve's series. And Steve's, yeah, Steve's. So it's yeah, so I saw the What If season 1 episode that has Marvel Zombies in it, and of course I happen to love Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, where we get a kind of Marvel zombie story, albeit slightly obliquely, but there it is. And I happen to really like that movie, so I was eagerly awaiting this. I really was, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. And I know you and I have talked about it off air, so you kind of know what I think, which is I think it's half of a good season. I think the first
good
2
news is
episodes,
It's the
Yeah.
second.
yeah, the second half, yeah.
Yeah.
So the first 2 episodes I thought were not great. Second 2 or the last 2 episodes were really good, and then it was very epic, and it ramped up the scale, and we get some very cool characters in a zombified way. And so I became more engaged as it went on rather than less. And I did enjoy it. I don't think I'd see it again, though. I'm not sure I'd watch this again. I think it was just kind of one and done for me, as much as I love the premise. The good news is it looks great. It's it's the same as the What If animation. So it's this very, very sort of clean animation that really does bring these characters to life. And it sounded okay. I didn't love how it sounded. It sounded like an animated, a mid-budget animated TV series, which is what it is. It didn't really blow my socks off. There were a few moments in it that kind of engaged all the speakers, but not a lot, and not enough to make me then want to revisit this. So glad they've done it. Glad I've seen it. Probably won't see it again. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what other people in the chat think, and obviously Deej as well. What do you make of it so far?
I am, as I told you before, I was 2 episodes in, and you said it picked up, and now I am 2.5 episodes in.
Okay.
Because like we said, we might have said it off air last week. He's like, you're like, oh, you can, do it on the glasses on the plane. Well, for some reason, Disney doesn't let me download them.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah.
You gotta
You've got to
stream
watch
it.
them. Yeah.
And I didn't and I'm like, oh crap. So I wasn't, so I tried to stream it. I had internet, and but it didn't keep up. It wouldn't keep up. And what's funny is I had people around me, and I'm wondering if this is like a byproduct of the glasses, is that, so when and that's the other thing I know about my glasses, like when I go to download from like Netflix or from Apple, iTunes or something like that, I have to have the glasses connected to download, because it won't download the appropriate format. Okay. Oh, right. So like, if it's, so like I've downloaded movies before and been like, all right, go to put them on. It's like not compatible because it's downloading the 4K with full everything. And it's like, okay, it won't play. You'll get like a 1 frame and then it just bonks out, and it keeps playing, but there's nothing on the screen. So you have to connect the glasses and then download, so it knows to download the correct format. That's on iTunes. I think on Netflix, you can change the setting. Like I can say, like,
Netflix seems to do it all right, just does it automatically for mine. And Amazon Prime, certain shows does, certain ones don't.
Yeah.
So it just depends on,
but I think it's tough because you have to test it all out before you leave, because you don't want to get on a plane and be like, all right, let's watch it. Nope. I downloaded on Halo and the season 2. And I downloaded all of them, watched the first 2 episodes, enjoying it. Sounded great, looked great, sounded great, had a blast with it. And I was going to watch the rest on the way home, and Netflix has an expiration. It's like, it wasn't there anymore. And I forgot to add it back in. So you had that issue. But then like iTunes, everything's there permanently. So I ended up on the way home, watched Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning again. And then more of Superman. I did the on the trip home. So Final Reckoning was a lot of fun. My second full viewing, so got to, that was a lot of good. But it's not like I'm not going to do a review on it. But Marvel Zombies, getting back to that, is like I did see what you're talking about in the second or third episode. Looking forward to getting the rest of that in. But yes, the home theater experience is really good. This is the only really place I've seen it. I did a little bit, like I said, on the glasses, but in the theater, it is the picture quality is really, really good. Very stunning, bright, good dark scenes, a lot of nice detail. Even like the image that we're showing here, it's like there's so much stuff in the background, so much artistry to this, that it is definitely worth taking in on the biggest screen you can. Don't just take this and do it in your living room. If you're going to enjoy it, do it on the biggest screen you have, and because there is a lot of detail in there for you to take in. And the audio too, it's like, it's great, but it's not like, I wouldn't call it reference or anything like that, but but story wise, I'm looking forward to finishing up. And you said
it does ramp
up.
Yeah.
So, and the first 2 were slow. I was like, huh?
No, yeah. It's odd that it was going to be one movie. I think there would have been some very odd sort of ways that they would have done that. So Paul Hertz just saying, yeah, I'm a fan of. He says I'm a fan of Marvel, a fan of zombies. Wasn't a fan of Marvel zombies.
Yeah.
And he says just limit it to 6 characters. And I can see that too, because I think episodes 1 and 2 jump around, and you're never quite sure whether this is an anthology series or whether these are one story.
Right.
And of course, subsequently, you will realize that these are in fact one story.
Right.
So,
and that's where maybe
if
it was a full-length feature film, it might have played better because you wouldn't have been thinking that. You would have been watching the story arc a little bit better. Whereas this, like I said, that's the first thing I said to you. I go, is this anthological or what's going on here? And you're like, oh, no. And you do see it by the end of the second episode, how it ties in. So that's where if it was a feature film, you'd be like, all right, you're not thinking along those lines at all, probably. So, but yeah,
it was also a bit disappointing that a lot of the characters weren't the proper MCU voices either. I thought they were, and then I had a little look on IMDb and no, they're not. Thinking, well, come on, guys, how long has it taken a booth to record the audio for this?
It's not the booth; it's the money. It's the money that those characters would demand, and they're just like, it's easier to get a voice actor to do it as close as they can for far less.
Yeah, but then why do it? You're then thinking, well, do we? Have we? Is there an artistic reason to do it? If we can't, then do it, because some of them do. There are a number of them are doing the voices. So but anyway, it's a minor quibble. I mean, there are bigger problems with it than that.
Yeah, is Paul Rudd in it?
Yeah,
is that him? That is him.
And
Haley Atwell.
What's her face? Yeah, Haley Atwell. The person that does Riri is her.
Yeah.
And also Scarlet Witch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's her name? Oh man.
Yeah.
Someone in the MC. Someone in the chat, please. Come on, help us out.
Yeah. Somebody like. Yeah. Oh my God! In Takeover Tuesday, I forgot. I'm forgetting it again now.
Elizabeth Olsen. What a Jordan.
There you go, Elizabeth Olsen. I'm forgetting. Unhinged. I forgot Carl's name. I forgot Unhinged. I forgot everything. Like I just went blank, and I meant to. We were talking about it. I wanted to bring it up to Shane for whatever reason. It came up in the topic, and I'm like, oh my God! And I said to Shane, I go, Steve's killing me right now listening to this, right? And Shane goes, is this live? I go, no, it's when the audio comes out and he hears it, he's going to flip out. And he's like, oh, okay. Because I didn't think we were live. I'm like, we're not. But yeah, it's like, you get that mind block. You're like, oh my God, I forgot. And then you're like, I'm like, unhinged. I was like, I'm like, it, oh man. And I hate it when that happens. But
to give you some idea as to how unusual the making of these types of shows are, Elizabeth Olsen was interviewed and she said, and they were like, oh, what did you think of Marvel Zombies? And she goes, what? And they're like, Marvel Zombies, what do you think of that? She goes,
yeah.
What? I'm in Marvel Zombies, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happened. She goes, I recorded that about 6 years ago for something else entirely. It had nothing to do with this. Yeah. She's like, I had no idea I was even in it.
Yep. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. But there we go. But
kind of like what I did to you and John. You didn't. We're live? Huh? What?
First time? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. There's people at hi, everybody.
So it was, it was fine. Oh, and again, I mean, there's reference. I mean, it's in the chat, so I think we can probably mention it. There is, and he's in the trailer too. So Blade is in it, albeit not in his normal look. But again, bear in mind, what was it, 6 years ago now? We had Mahershala Ali being announced as Blade. He doesn't do the voice of Blade in this either. So he's still not Blade in the MCU other than at the end of Eternals.
But they do a pretty good likeness of him.
Yeah, they do. But again, Mahershala Ali must be like, what the hell?
Well, no, he might have turned it down. They like, all right, we're going to do this and here's the budget. Nope. And they're like, all right, we'll get somebody like you. And you're like, all right.
There we go.
It's like, I mean, yeah, a lot of them are, I've experienced this just with certain people, and it's like they have a budget and they have a demand, and there's such a demand on them, they have to set that budget. Otherwise, they'll be doing everything, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like, just like when you're booking anything, it's like people are like, oh my God, that electrician's too expensive. How does he get any work? That's why he's that expensive, because he gets the work. It's like, you don't see a craftsman out there going, I'm charging crazy money with no work. That's why they charge the money. They get all the money because they have so much work that's how they slow it down. You're like, all right. Yeah. And everybody gets mad. Oh, I'm not hiring him. He's not worried. Because if he was worried, he would lower his prices. All right.
Right.
Let's see. Do you have another horror? And then I'll do. You want to do one more?
You want to do a twofer? We'll get the TV series seasons 1 and 2 out of the way. Do you want to do those two?
You've got them as a TV series. Okay, hang on a second.
There's 2. Yeah, we've got 2 there. We've got the season 1 and season 2. Yeah, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. Let me put them in order here. Which one?
Let's do season 1 first.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which image is season 1 now and why in order.
Yeah, so the one that's got, let me see.
I think I got
one. Looks definitely younger than the other. So, yeah, the one that's kind of the one with the big head is season 2.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just all right. There they are. So this is season 1.
That's it. Yeah, you got it.
You got it. Here we go. And away we go.
Alrighty. So, we're going to do a twofer here, and we're going to do The Last of Us seasons 1, and then straight on to season 2 in 4K UHD and Dolby Atmos. Who I just like saying that sometimes. Okay, so I know I have done season 1 before, in 4K. I don't watch these when they're broadcast. I wait for the 4K disc and then I watch them. And I have reviewed this before, but I was not about to dive into season 2 until I had rewatched season 1. And so, just a quick reminder on this: really good. And the audio is really good. The video is really good. And it's a good series. Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I had forgotten about some of the quality of this in terms of the video. I mean, the series is great. I completed the games, both of them twice. But I had forgotten about some of the level of detail in some of the CG backgrounds and stuff in this. Some of it's absolutely exceptional. And some of the nighttime shooting as well just looks amazing. So it's a big budget series. It's HBO. They know how to shoot a decent series by now. Yeah. And this is no exception. So it was a very enjoyable experience watching it again in season 1. I think it's my 3rd time now. And yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So that was great. And, everyone already knows that because we've reviewed it. But I watched that and then went into season 2. So we're talking season 2 in a bit more detail. So you guys reviewed season 2. I think you and John kind of as it went out, as it was broadcast, weren't you? Yeah. You guys watched that.
Yeah.
Now, I, again, didn't see it when it was broadcast, waited for it to hit 4K, and then just binged it after I had done season 1. And I think I watched them all within a couple of nights, maybe 3 nights, and just blasted through. And again, there were no surprises for me. Having done the game, I knew exactly where this was going to start, and I knew exactly where it would end, because there was a halfway point in the game, and this is, there's the image there for season 2. And so I knew exactly where this was going to go. And in the main, it's fairly faithful to the game. There are a few action sequences that they drop in there, and the scale of some of the action sequences is bigger. There's a huge, zombie horde in the snow that is not that they never do that in the game, not that size, but they do in this. So it's a really enjoyable second season, really, really good. I'm not sure if Bella Ramsey's the ideal casting choice for Ellie. She doesn't look like her, sound like her, or anything like that. And I think that's a little bit more of a problem in season 2 than 1 for me. But that's just me. Okay. And again, only having played the games, she's just not that character. But
really,
there it is. Yeah, she's very. I mean, in the game, the game character looks like Ellen Page. Or Erin Page now, of course, but Ellen Page, that's who she looks like. And I mean, she was definitely, modeled after her, or them. So that's a little bit.
Here we
it's
go,
not a big problem. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to choose my pronouns carefully. Yeah. So I've got some clients that are a bit like that, including one who doesn't let you use any pronouns at all. So that's really tricky. But anyway, so it's kind of first name and that's it. So yeah, so there are some issues, but I did really enjoy it. And again, overall, the series is good, and I'm looking forward to season 3. Now, the video and the audio though on this is really, really good. And you and I have talked about it off air. I mean, there are some absolutely beautifully 3-dimensional, razor sharp shots down streets with all the different sort of vegetation all growing on the thing. The stuff in the snow and the whites of the snow all looks amazing. It's really detailed, really 3-dimensional. It's a beautiful looking series, and it sounds great as well because they're going to Seattle. It's always raining in Seattle, so I'm told. So there's lots of rain, lots of thunder rolling around. You get, and all that sounds like it's right above your head, and you can almost hear the water coming down the walls, which is really good. That when you get these big action scenes, it feels threatening. There is base aplenty. You've got these, all these kind of, infected running down these hills. So I thought it was good. You could tell, I think, there's been a noticeably more money spent, or at least better spent on season 2 than 1. The scale is bigger. The audio and video quality is better as well. So yeah, I really liked it. It's an easy recommend, this one. And if you haven't seen it, and if you think it sounds interesting, then do yourself a favor and go and pick them up, because they're not ultra expensive either.
No.
So well worth seeing. Really, really good.
Yeah, I did the last, what did I say, like 3 episodes, I think I did on Kaleidoscape. They dropped, which happened with season 1 as well. And obviously doing the stream and then jumping to the Kaleidoscape app, there's a marked improvement there in audio, in video, and it's a grand, the second season is a wider soundstage. There's a lot more going on. It is a lot of fun. It is a great home theater experience. I still wouldn't put it up there with like Game of Thrones. I thought Game of Thrones was the Atmos on that. I thought it's just so much bigger. There's so much more. This is still early on. I don't know how many seasons they're doing.
Yeah, it never reaches the scale of Game of Thrones. I mean, you don't have dragons and everything's zipping around or anything like that. And it won't get a lot bigger than the scale you've already seen, unless they really depart from the games. This is a story about revenge between 2 people now. Yeah, and that's really kind of where you're going with it. Unless they really depart, there won't be a lot more in terms of scale. If anything, it'll shrink back down now and become as I said, it's a tale of one person against another, and you'll know who those 2 are. When you see it. So So it won't ever reach that scale, unless, as I say, they massively depart from it.
It's but yeah, like I was saying, like Game of Thrones, it's like there was a lot of home theater firsts, or pushing the envelope for streaming. Like when you had The Long Night, you had all of those. It created home theater talk, right? And it's like, and to this day, it still does. Like you go to put that on, and be like, oh my God, this is, anybody wants to talk about it. Whereas it is really good, and it should be seen the way you're doing it, right? It's like if you're gonna see it, and there's people in the chat saying, wow, you have more discipline than you. They don't have your discipline because they just really want to absorb the content. Nothing wrong with that. Just do it twice. But it really does deserve to be seen in the physical media, so that you get the full effect and all the work that they did. From the cinematography to the audio.
And I mean, I think Paul Hurt is the one who said about wish I had your self-control, but I couldn't help watching it on Sky. But I don't know, Paul, whether you played the games. You see, I didn't need to worry about spoilers. I didn't need to worry about any of that, because there's nothing coming in this that I didn't know. Whereas I think, had I not played the games and was interested in seeing it, I would have probably had to try and see it as it came out, as I have with Peacemaker season 2. Same reason I'm nearly at the end of that. I've had to watch that as it's come, because I didn't want it spoiled. Whereas with this, all the story beats are very clear and laid out, and so I didn't have to worry. So self-control was a bit easier with this, than it is on some series.
Exactly. So, all right,
but it's good. It's all right.
Good. Highly recommended.
Definitely.
All right. Here's my horror for the week. I can't wait to hear what you think of this.
Oh yeah, Georgie.
Like looking at your, I'm like, I'm puzzled looking at your face. So let's get this going here. So all right, we are.
How long do you want to do on this? A couple of hours?
Oh really?
Oh yes.
Really? I had no idea. Yeah. So here we go. I have had this. We're talking It from 2017. With it's the 2017 remake, technically correct.
Yes.
The Stephen King story, novel, It, and it's 4K. I have it on Kaleidoscape 4K, HDR10, but 4K, HDR, Dolby Atmos, all of that, and I have heard like really good things about this home theater wise. I'd never seen it.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'd never seen it.
Had you read the book?
No, never read the
Seen
book.
the TV show?
I did. Yes, I saw it like bits and pieces. Like I don't really, but I did see it. I get that. I knew the story. I knew everything about that, and I'd heard some good things about this. But again, it wasn't. I think I started it once years ago, and it didn't really grab me. The opening, and I can get into that here, but it was so. Anyways, I've owned this on Kaleidoscape for a long time. I've owned the 4K disc for a long time. And every Halloween this comes up and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it this year. And it was always on one of the first ones on the list. And I believe Jen has seen it. I haven't. I think she saw it with Meg or something like that at some point. And yeah, I just never took it in, and something always came up. Somebody would recommend something to me that Halloween, that October, and it just fell to the bottom. So I did it this year. Obviously today. Here we go. Literally today. And home theater wise, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It has some of the best picture quality that I've seen in a movie in a long time. I did this, and then I went and did some scenes on some other movies because I updated a few movies on the classic, and this was like by far and away the best looking movie I'd seen today. And I watched a bunch of very recent movies that didn't measure up in picture quality. There's some scenes in this that early on, or not early on, middle of the movie, so if you've seen the movie, it's an old movie. So the Rock War scene.
Yeah,
somewhere an hour into it.
In the creek there.
Yeah, they meet in the street ahead of time, right? So the Rock War itself is a great scene, and you can hear and feel each rock hit the person. The ones that miss, you don't hear anything, but when somebody gets hit with one, you're like, oh, there's a great thud. It's a great the Atmos is really good in this. It's like you can feel all that. But what really got me was the scene in the street leading up to that, where the kids are all talking, and what was it? Bill
Denborough is the main character. Yeah.
Look at him on this. You could tell, on his face, the clarity on this is you could see the makeup. This kid is I don't know if he was older at the time and they put more makeup on him, and it's but you could see the how smooth his skin was. I was like, I mean, it just, the clarity, the vibrancy in every image on this, the bright scenes during the day, they were just so crystal clear. Everything was just so sharp. And the one girl in the group, it's her with the freckles and everything, and her eyes, because she had the red hair and green eyes, and it just everything just shoots off the screen. You're just oh my, it's just gorgeous. Everything, the dark scenes, they're in the tunnels. Obviously, the Atmos for this is just so good. It's the echoing and all that. I don't want to undersell the Atmos, but I was just blown away by the picture in this movie. Okay. It literally blew me away. And then you get to that opening scene, and when was it Georgie, right? Chasing his little boat, goes to the sewer. I almost stopped the movie because I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how, Pennywise looked. It looked so perfect. Like, so perfect it was bad. Like, it was just, it almost took me, his teeth, everything was just too perfect. I didn't like it. It was taking me out of the movie. Obviously, I stuck with it, enjoyed the movie, but there was one special effect scene where one of the, I don't know if it's a zombie or whatever, was chasing a kid. The picture quality is so good that I was expecting somebody to go boo and take the mask. It was that bad looking. Like, you could tell it was a mask on a person chasing a kid. And I was expecting them to go, "Oh, what are you afraid of me?" Like it was another bully or something. And it never happened. Yeah, exactly. And it never happened. What ended up happening was like, oh, that was their special effect from 2017. That's not good. That was and again, it didn't take me. I actually do like the movie itself, the story, everything like that. I do want to see the second one, chapter 2, because I understand. I know enough about the book. Like, it's the book was a lot longer. It actually jumped back and forth in time. This one didn't. The second one is the jump back part. It's you jump ahead
27 years later.
Yeah, 27, which is in the movie. So, but yes, home theater wise, I thought this. I want to almost say like it's a reference disc. I mean, the sound is that good. Yeah, it is that good. But the picture just, you just really can't get a more when was the last time you saw this in 4K?
I've seen the film 4 times, I think. I saw it in theaters, and then I've seen it, 3 times at home. It's been a couple of years. It's been a while. I don't think I've seen it since I saw chapter 2. Okay. But I prefer 1 to 2. But then I do in the book. So it's been a while, but I'm always looking for an excuse to revisit it, as it were, it. So I will, talking about pronouns. So I will. I on the back of just what you said there, Deej, I'm going to give it another go.
It's all the way through. This is, like I said, this is my first viewing. And I'm all the way through. I'm looking at the background. I'm looking at the clarity of their face, the texture of their faces, the texture of their clothes, their hair. There's another one on that, again, that scene in the middle of the movie in the street. They're using the camera focus on each of the kids, and it's just the subtlety of it moving back and forth as they talk to the kid, as the kids speak, and then the camera will change angles and you'll get the same effect. But there was one with like the kids that Billy, I think it was, he has that soft feathered hair, and you could see the texture of his hair, and see like feathered was a big thing in the 80s, it's like feathered hair. It's like you could see that. And then the girl's hair where it was curly and stuff, and almost like there was one point where it was a little softer on her, like they had a softer filter on her. But it just, there's just so much to take in throughout the movie that it's just like, it's so good. It is so good.
I mean, I'm an It super fan and super nerd. I've read the book 5-6 times at least. I read it when I was 14, and I read it many times. I love that book. If you said to me, favorite King book, It all day long, better than The Stand and all the other ones he's done. But I absolutely love this. So and I'd seen the miniseries a number of times, and I liked it, but didn't love it. The series didn't quite capture the book, whereas I think at times this does capture it. Not perfectly, but it does definitely convey some of the darker, nastier, really icky sides of the book, which is as an impressionable kid horror fan, was what really kind of shook me. And so this definitely covers that better. The opening bit, which is in the book, is absolutely horrendous, with Georgie and Pennywise in the sewer. And funny enough, there's a quote in that which I just love how King writes it. He says in there, there's a thing where he says, so Georgie looks into the drain. There's a conversation with Pennywise, and he said, and at that point, the clown's face began to change. And what Georgie saw shredded his insanity in an instant. And I absolutely love that quote. I just think it's so horrible and dark and vile.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's in my head, that one. So anyway, so this definitely conveys more of it. It's a better movie, both 1 and 2, than the series. And it's a decent stab at the series. It still doesn't go to some of the weirder elements of the book. And there is one particular scene in the book that they could not film. You couldn't film it in this day and age, where the children do things that you're just never going to be able to film that sensibly. There's a reason in the book why they do it, but you're never going to get that on screen in a million years.
Yeah.
You can imagine it. I'm not going to tell you. At least not on air.
I was going to say, you tell me later.
Yeah, correct. So anyway, it's really good. It's a great story, and this does give a really good go. You should see chapter 2, Deej. It doesn't go to the craziness of the book. The book is out there by the end, but it's still really, really good, and you're going to want to see how it resolves. And of course, there's more familiar actors as they're older. You've got more familiar actors coming
I did
into
see
it
that
now. So it's well worth seeing. James McAvoy's really good in it. What's facing it? Jessica Chastain. Yeah, she's really good in it. I mean, it's worth completing the story, because you want to know what is Pennywise, and you'll see from episode 2. It's not as good as the first one, as I say, but it is worth seeing. Have you got it, or have you just thinking of getting it?
Oh no, I got it. I grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already grabbed it.
Yeah. Jordan says, good old Jordan. Yeah, he says, he knows what I'm on about. That scene is not needed in any adaptation. True. Not sure what King was smoking when he wrote that. But
is it true that I thought I heard a long time ago, like in the book, he's like Pennywise isn't a clown. He's nothing. No. He's their imagination.
No, exactly. He is infinite. Obviously spoilers to anyone, he is been there since the dinosaurs and before, and he has been underground and been in this thing. He takes the form of their greatest fears.
That's what I mean. So he's not definitely a clown, but
he's not a clown. He's not a clown. In the book, he's a spider. He's a big spider.
Oh,
a space spider. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he just takes on this form of these different sort of characters throughout history. It's King going completely bananas.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes from the book, he said, and I won't use the direct word, but Pennywise does say to them, "Don't F around with the infinite."
Oh, okay.
Which I think is also quite a cool quote.
Yeah.
Can we have that on a Bright Side shirt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be a good one. Yeah. I did find that the movie felt a little more like like I'm sure the book wasn't this way, but the movie felt more like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like there was a lot of parallels to it. So much so that in this movie, one on the marquee in the movie theater was Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
Mm-hmm. Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not 5 wasn't Dream Warriors. That was 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
It was.
Not sure.
Yeah.
But that was on there. But yes, I was like, and I was thinking that before I saw it on the marquee, and I was like, did he rot? Like, but it sounds like the book wasn't like Nightmare on Elm Street. It wasn't like at all. Whereas this felt like it had a lot of the parallels of Freddy doing his thing. It was like, Pennywise is doing kind of the same thing Freddy would do.
Yeah. In as much as they are preying on your fears, it's what scares you that powers them. And is what powers Pennywise. The fear is what he feeds on. Right. And of course, Freddy's the same. But in the book, it's based in the 80s. The second part, so it's the original bits in the 50s, and then they sort of come back in the 80s. Whereas in chapter 2, they're in the more
this one takes place in 89, and then the next one. So that's kind of fun too. It was fun seeing them referencing all the 80s stuff, the posters on the kids' walls, the things that they were doing, the way they acted to each other, the way a rock fight. Those were real. Legit. Those were real. It's like I was 19 in 89, but in the early 80s, we did that. The stupid ass things we did. The scene where the kid was on the bridge and they're holding him and the car drives by. Oh, yeah. That literally was me once. Literally was me. I got tied to a telephone pole. My buddies are doing it, and they're tying me up to a telephone pole. My mom was the one that drove by and waved as I'm getting tied to a telephone pole. I'm like, help. Nope. It's just like, hi, boys. Yeah, like, yeah, bye, Mrs. Briggs. Like,
I think anyone that grew up in a small town, and I did in New Zealand, has kind of experienced some of this. And one of the things that I think is particularly dark about the book, and they do it in the movie as well, is this idea of there is a kid's world and there's an adult world. And what goes on in the kids' world does not translate to the adult world, and vice versa.
Right.
And the book really goes into that. And this does hint at it as well. And that's what you mean. You know, it doesn't matter what the kids are doing to themselves, the adults are oblivious to it. They're just
that's
not
the way it was back then.
Kind of, well, this is it.
Kids were seen, not heard. And what they would do when they went out, you just ignored them until they came home. And it was like, that's the way it was. It's like, all right.
Yeah. That's it. Absolutely. And King was tapping into that with this. You know, the kids are being preyed upon. It's the kids that are disappearing, and the adults just don't know about it or not are not interested in it. And that's a theme running through the book. And again, it is hinted at in here.
Well, like the situation that the girl was in, that's the way it was back then. Like, nobody believed the kid. So you know what I mean? It's like people would know, but like, I don't believe the kid. You know, and then and that scene in that, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not spoiling it, but that scene where he comes into the bathroom, like to your point, it's like the kid's world. He doesn't see that. He doesn't see what she sees in that scene. You know, and it's like kids have imaginations. Let them go, and that's kind of what it's based on. So. Yeah,
it's so good. It's such a great story. I love it. It is an incredible story, as bonkers as it goes, and as I said, some troubling sequences are only very short, but again, mercifully not in the movie. But
are they doing a prequel series? Is that what you're saying?
Welcome to Derry. Yeah. It's been shot. Okay. It's coming out end of this month, I think it is, on HBO.
Oh, damn! Look at me being timely. Yeah. I didn't even mean that. Look at me.
And this is because again, it's been there forever. So Pennywise has been there all that time.
Yeah.
So this is just another cycle. But earlier on. So I'm looking forward to that. That's like, one, Paul, I can't wait for. I will be watching that as it airs, because I need to see
the other Stephen King short story, Storm of the Century, where that's the devil comes back every 100 years, and you know, same thing, just keeps on going, century after century. Another great story. That one spooked the hell. I hated that story. Oh,
talking of King, are you looking forward to the remake of The Running Man hitting in about 3 weeks?
Kind of.
A new trailer yesterday.
Yeah, kind of. I like Glenn Powell. You know, I think that looks interesting. So I am looking forward.
Oh, sorry,
to that.
Paul just said it. So look at that, Paul. Look at that. We're on the same page. Look at that. Sorry, Paul. I didn't even see that. But the new trailer yesterday made it look really good.
The new one. I thought the other trailer looked good too.
Yeah, this one's got a nice kind of, you know, bit more action beats to it, and does look really, really good. So that's what I'm going to go and see opening day. I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, it's not going to be better than Arnie's version, obviously, but it'll still be good to see.
I like Arnie's version, but it's not like you can't top. Like, obviously, they didn't top Total Recall.
True. Although that was still good, that remake, as we agree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's home theater wise, I thought it was great too. I mean, it's a good movie. It is hard to top them because they are originals, but they're based on Stephen King, or, you know, Running Man. They're based on a story, so maybe you can do a better interpretation of the story. So I don't know, because I mean, I didn't read that one. I didn't read that Stephen King story either. But how faithful is the Schwarzenegger one?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
Not even close. No. I read the Bachman book. It's in when King was writing his Richard Bachman. And he wrote this short stories, and Running Man and The Long Walk, which we talked about last week before, was part of that series. And so The Running Man is it's much less. You know, I mean, it was turned into a Schwarzenegger vehicle in every way. This is apparently closer to the story, as in the written story. And from what I can remember, it looks more like that than. Yeah, than Arnie's version's got. Other than the fact there is a game show, everything else is completely different. Whereas this does look to be more kind of faithful to it. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of the films I'm looking forward to most this winter. I think is The Running Man. Looks really, really good. So bring it on.
Yep. Yeah. So, do you have one you want to do quick?
Yeah, I could do a quick
few
one.
minutes.
Yeah.
I know you got to get out of here, but or we
wanna
could take a
do-
question. Van Gool just popped into the chat. Hey, Van Gool.
Oh, did he? Oh, what was that? What was that?
think that
oh,
was
new
Van
trailer
Gool.
looks good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Van Gool. Yeah. We could do the Disney one. Let's go out on a nice lighter note. We'll talk some heavy stuff tonight.
Which one was that?
Beginning with E. It's got the taken from Disney Plus.
Oh, let's save that for
Everyone
next
already
week
knows
because I'm
what-
going to get that one in too.
Oh, cool. Oh, fine. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
In that case, do you want to quickly do the one that we have been talked there? I think you just put your cursor over it. Going into last. Let's not do that one yet because I want to do those next week. Up on top right, middle right.
Middle
After
right.
last week, middle or far right in the middle line, far right, next to that one, to the right of that one.
Oh,
There you go. Do you know what that one is?
I thought I did. Oh,
Yeah, you
you're
were-
gonna have to tell me. We're gonna have to-
Oh, okay.
I
Here we
think-
go then.
yeah, no.
This one. Get ready to kick yourself.
You're gonna kill me.
This
Here
is
we
worth
go.
an extra couple of minutes, Steve. This is worth
Here
it.
we go.
This is The Invisible Man.
Oh yes! Oh, you're killing me. You son of a biscuit. Ah. Yes. And you know what? Oh my God. And that makes me mad because I wanted to get this one in. I wanted to get this one in so bad.
Oh, man.
I saw it
yeah.
come through. Yeah, that was earlier in the week. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm away. There's no way I'm going to get this in. And I literally forgot.
Oh,
I
whoa.
forgot about it. Otherwise, which is good because I probably would have done it today instead of doing it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is that good. But oh my God, go, go,
'Cause
go.
We've never reviewed this on the show. We've talked about it off
I
air and
did.
talked about it on air. Did you review it?
Yes, I did it as a
Oh.
standalone after
That's
you gave
triggered the
because
conversation.
oh my
Gotcha.
God, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
oh my God.
Well, not since I've
Go.
been on the show.
Yeah, go.
All right.
Not since you've been on the show. There we go. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those that have been listening forever will know Deej and I have some history with this movie.
Yeah, it was BS before Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. And you also thought the film was BS until after Steve. There you go.
Yeah. And it was. I think I reviewed it twice because I saw it. I said the home theater was good. I didn't like the movie. Then you told me about it. Then I reviewed it. I'm like, oh, the movie's awesome, man. The home theater's awesome.
So super quick with
God.
it. Absolutely. Deej reviewed it, didn't think a lot of it. Then we had a talk off air
movie,
via
yeah.
DM, if I remember rightly,
Yeah.
all about what's really going on here. And then kind of, we had a reappraisal of it. So the story is it's the Invisible Man. So a woman played by Elizabeth Moss, who is in a domestic abuse relationship, flees from her partner, who is a tech billionaire and an inventor and an entrepreneur. And she flees him, and he pursues her. And it turns out he is a world leader in optics and has developed a suit that can render him invisible. And the coercive and controlling behavior to which she has been subject prior to leaving is nothing compared to what he's prepared to do after she has left him. And the film is a masterpiece, and it was when I first saw it. It is every time I've seen it since. The reason I watched it, not only because I've been meaning to see it for ages, but also it's the after Wolfman, which we talked about last week, which again was Lee Whannell's movie. This was the one before that. Film's fantastic, very realistic portrayal of domestic violence and again coercive and controlling behavior. The whole thing is very uncomfortable for people that have ever experienced it or know much about it, but that is exactly what it's supposed to be. And this is coercive and controlling behavior to the nth degree. I mean, you can behave in this way without an invisible suit, which is even more pernicious, I would say. But anyway, great film. The home theater experience is exceptional. I mean, it hasn't changed a bit. It hasn't suffered with newer movies coming out. It hasn't been bettered by things. It is awesome. Now the video is a little soft at times. The video is not really what this is about, but it is a little bit soft at times. It is a little grey around the edges where perhaps it could be inky black, but I'm not going to mark it down for that because I think this is exactly what it's supposed to look like. Where the MVP of this movie, as it is with Wolfman, is the sound. The Atmos mix on this is reference and is a character in and of itself. It begins a push play demo right before you even get the credits. You've got rolling waves. It starts with an outcropping at the bottom of a cliff, and there's water, and you've got waves that go right from the very back of the room, right down the side walls, over the overheads into the front, and you get 4 or 5 of those before it then says the Invisible Man, so you know what you're in for. And then it goes into house. You've then got the absence of sound, and then little jump scares that really do unsettle you because she's trying to get out before this chap wakes up. And then the suit itself, it's invisible, but the cameras make sort of little chittering noises, almost like a creature, like cicadas or cicadas, whatever you guys would call them.
Yeah.
And so they live in the rear channels, and so you know this guy is there just through these little chittering noises. They're very subtle, but you can hear them. There's a whole sequence set in the rain. Again, talk about water coming down the walls and in the ceiling. I mean, it's just ridiculously good. And it again also plays with the absence of sound. Elizabeth Moss looks right at the camera a number of times, and you are straining with your ears to hear where this thing is, if it's there at all. It's fantastic. And reference level, I mean, anyone that doesn't own this in 4K, it'll be dirt cheap now because it's been out quite a while. Do yourselves a favor, go and buy it yesterday. You will thank us after you've seen it. I mean, it's awesome. No question about it. And I loved revisiting it. It's an uncomfortable watch. It's a difficult watch. It's meant to be, but it's also awesome home theater. So I highly recommend this. Very, very good. So get it.
Yeah. So Van Gool in the chat saying, do I remember before DJ not understanding the story till Steve told him what it was about? And I actually, to be fair, I got the story. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe. I'm like, nobody would act that way. I was just. And I said it on the show. I said it after the fact. I was like, I apologize. I go, that's just me being a guy, being like, no, nobody would do that. And you're like, nope. And then I could see it when you explain it. And it said, that's what they're just so scared. That's what they do. Like, I'm just like, no, I just go right at something. But that's me. And some guys don't even do that. But it's like, nope. And I understood that. And it changes the dynamic of the movie, changes the dynamic of the story. But yes, home theater wise. So I just dropped the link in the comments.
Oh, that's the one, is it?
That's the one. That
week
was
37.
It was week 39. Listen,
when you were still counting the weeks.
Yeah, this was week 39 of 2020. And when I started doing it, that was obviously we didn't know what COVID, it didn't exist. And that was the year I did a countdown. And by the end of the year, we were like, when's this damn year going to be over? And here I am going week 39. Like, oh God, it was like hell. But it was week 30, October 2nd of 2020. I did it. I did this.
So almost exactly 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. 5 years ago. I did this. A 4K disc. I didn't have a Kaleidoscape yet. It was like, and that was back. Remember, I used to do boxes of popcorn for reference. Opening, I call it opening. 3 boxes of popcorn. I have the notes right here. 3 boxes of popcorn for that opening scene, and I obviously go on and describe it. And then I give 632 the dog bowl, 825 the wall, 1208 the mailbox, 2050 the will, 2440 the suit ? So and you could go to the link and you'll see all that's how I used to break it down for newbies to the show. And you'll get to hear me. I probably sound like crap back then compared to what it is now. Not that we sound great, but I'm just saying I was like, and then on this one. So funny. But this movie is fantastic. And when I saw you drop it into the show notes, I was like, oh God, I got to see that one. I want to do that with them. But
it was a pleasure to go back and see it. It really is. Well, this is the thing. But I mean, I've been looking for an excuse to redo it, and I had some time, and I thought, right, this is it. Now I've got my chance.
Maybe we'll flip flop. You'll do it, and I'll do this one.
That's it. We'll do that. I'm always looking for an excuse to rewatch it. But this is great. And again, it is difficult, and it believe you me, the reason I explained it to DJs with the job I do.
Yeah.
I encounter victims of domestic violence all the time, and indeed, more often than not, perpetrators of domestic violence, coercive and controlling behavior. And the way she behaves in this is exactly how they do it. The victims of this sort of thing believe that they feel guilt. They believe that they are the people that actually triggered this, that they are somehow responsible for it. And so that's why they don't respond aggressively to it. It's why they very often don't leave their partners. This is why, her leaving is an unusual thing, but they go back because they think, I'm the one that caused it. I'm the problem here. And of course, those that perpetrate this love that and play upon that and use that to try and lure them back in. They don't have invisible suits generally, but as I say, the more pernicious people don't need them. You can destroy someone's life without needing a suit, and this is unfortunately.
Well, the other part is which is a great play on the words with the invisible man. Is there's another aspect to this where you don't even need to be physically harming people. Doing this, right? So that's where the invisible part comes in. Like everything might look good, but it's behind the scenes. It's a mental game. It's a mental anguish that they're putting on these people, and it's like that's the abuse that's going on, and that's what makes them so scared. It's like, why am I scared? It's not even physical. It's not. It could be. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's physical and this. Sometimes it's only one of them. Whatever. But yeah, there is an aspect to that is very scary, and when you put it to a movie like this, when you go in as a dumb macho idiot and you don't look at it from that perspective, and it's like, from a guy's brain, it's like, but then once you see it like that, you're like, you can't unsee it. And it's definitely a reference movie, reference audio, it's just a great movie.
Paul said he's a bit scared to watch it now, triggering not me, a close relative. I still think you should see it, Paul, because it is a very, very good movie. I obviously, everyone is caveat emptor. You sort of only take to movie what you can. But I do recommend it, Paul. I would see it if you can. But obviously, just see how you go. But it's an incredible film, and as a home theater experience, as DJ says, and we've been saying for forever, or nearly 5 years exactly. It's a reference watch. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, so he has got it. All right. Happy days. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Well, there we go.
There you go. All right.
So there we go.
All righty. All right. We will wrap up from there. So you were saying clocks are setting back there. So
I think it's the weekend after next. So not this one. It's the week after, and then the following weekend is the 25-hour
so
show.
maybe leading up to the Tuesday leading up to the show at the 25-hour show, we'll do a Patreon on that Tuesday.
Because I'll be because
it'll help you, and we can do we could talk to the patrons about that. I need here's a shout out for people that are still listening, even in the audio only. Obviously, the people in the chat. We all know the regulars, the people who've been around a long time, listeners. That is, I want to get some new blood on Takeover Tuesdays. If you've never ever been on the show, or maybe you're like a couple of people that popped in today that have like, hey, first time on the live chat. You're in the backgrounds and you want to try it out. Come on the show and talk home theater. I want to get some new people in. Obviously, I know I have a ton of listeners I can call upon and be like, I can have people like that, which is great. That was one of the biggest fears of starting Takeover Tuesday. Do you put it out there and you get crickets and like, oh, hey, all right, so that was a good idea. It never took off there. But now I can get, it's just awesome. I can get industry people, I can get listeners, but let's get some new people. And it's, if you've listened to any of the older ones, Paul, if you've listened to any of the older ones, where I did have, like, Steve was Takeover Tuesday. You were one of the first. Nelson, I think Nelson was the first one, if I remember right. But I had some guys. I remember BJ, this guy BJ Horton. He was a crossover. He was on chat. He came on here, big home theater guy. But people would come on and they were nervous. But by the end of it, they're like, I don't even know why I was nervous. It flies by. but don't take my word for it. Go and listen to some of the older ones of just listeners. And, but yeah, if I can get a few in the next couple of weeks, I'd love to get those out. And then going forward, let's get some new people in here. So that'd be a lot of fun. Just, email me, DJ at Brightside Home Theater, and then put in the subject, Takeover Tuesday, and we'll get that. I'll make sure to get that going, and we'll schedule it up. So, and it's fun to get people anywhere in the world. Like I have, PK in India. He was on the original 25 hour, having people from India on. So if you're anywhere in the world, let me know. We had, Jack in Australia.
Awesome. Yeah. Jack Lee.
So it's awesome. He did a Takeover Tuesday. He was one of the last ones back in just before I stopped doing them this summer. So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So don't be scared. I get it if you are. Trust me. I'd be sitting.
We haven't had one yet where you or me couldn't keep them chatting.
Oh yeah. And then when it was you and me, I mean, I think that show's still going. So
both times.
So, yeah, exactly. So, but all right, that will do it for this week. Thanks to all the patrons. Like I said, we'll be getting at that. 25-hour show coming up November 1st. It's on YouTube, 3-parter, 25 hours from 6 a.m. November 1st to 6 a.m. November 2nd, Sunday morning. We set the clocks back in the middle. That's why you get the 25 hours, all going to help Movember. All the money that we raise that day goes to Ryan Davies' Movember cause. We just add on to his. He's been doing such a great job for 15 years, 16, 17 years now. He'll be on the show. Rich will be on the show. We're going to have some other people. But it's just a lot of fun. If you haven't popped in, definitely pop in on that. You got 25 hours. How do you miss it? So it's just me, 25 hours. So, all right. That'll do it. More on everything like that next week. Another Takeover Tuesday next week. But yeah, hit me up on Takeover Tuesdays. Until next time, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.